Tap 3 mana, ice cream with banana. Now our problem solved.
Hi guys, Walloficecream here, bringing you another Let's Play video. This week it's Let's Play Shandalar 2009. If you remember the old Microprose game from the 90s, it was a 16-bit game that was really cool. It had these cards that could do random effects, something that only a computer could do. You needed a computer that has CPU measured in megahertz. For people who don't know what megahertz are, well, the old Sega Genesis had about 16.5 megahertz. And the first computer I remember had 33, and then it got upgraded to 133, and then maybe 266 megahertz after that. So 133 megahertz is 4 times faster than a 33 megahertz computer. What speed! By the way, we stopped using hertz sometime around 2003 when the 3 gigahertz computer first came out with this processor that fast, and then the gigahertz war just stopped after 3 gigahertz, so they just started calling them Intel Duos, Intel i3s, quad-core, octa-core. Madness started. Before all that, there were 16-bit games, and Shandalar was the best. So what I did, well, we kind of cheated. The old way of installing this is you'd have to have a DOS emulator, you'd have to have its compatibility modes, you had to really know what you're doing, and you probably needed an expert to help you install Shandalar on one of the newer XP systems. The problem that Shandalar had was you could walk across the field and fight monsters and get cards, but the faster your computer was, the faster your character would walk. So if you had a 3 gigahertz computer running a game meant for a 133 megahertz computer, you would just lickety-split run across the entire continent. Your enemy would slowly would take over towns faster than you could save them, because the time in the day was very short, the faster your computer was, and it was a mess. So a lot of people used Shandalar 2009 as a way of cooling the computer down, making sure that Shandalar was playable, and people could have as much fun playing the old 1993-94 cards as they used to. There's been a lot of work on Shandalar. Back when I saw it at around 2009, I was in grad school. Shandalar had a problem with having a really hard code to code in. People didn't know how to change the code. There seems to be a card cap in the game. It's a hard cap, and no one knew enough about the programming language in order to change it. People tried hard, throwing in lots of vanilla creatures in, trying to just delete a card and just add a card, trying to stuff as much stuff as possible. And then a little after 2009, I heard that there was a major breakthrough and the game got a lot better. I didn't have time to check it out. Like I said, I was in grad school trying to get a master's and a PhD, so I didn't know what this was going on. It's just a black hole in my life. But now I have time. Let's take a look at Shandalar and see how good the game is. Alright, so let's go over how I got the game installed. So just like how I got Forge installed, I went to www.slightlymagic.net, and the forum here has several games. Here's Forge here. The one we're using is Microprose's Magic the Gathering subforum, and this one's called Shandalar. So in Shandalar, we're going to use this Microprose Magic the Gathering 2010 custom installer ISO. You can open up ISOs either through Daemon Tools or through a zip software. For Forge, you use 7-zip. You can use WinZip. Here's the attachment. Microprose Magic the Gathering 2010 and custom installer ISO torrent. You will need a BitTorrent software in order to download the torrent. Downloaded 72,699 times. Seems like a lot, but not a lot in the last 8 years. I guess you have to be a part of a niche audience in order to enjoy it. But I clicked on this, went through a torrent, torrented it up. There seems to be a warning in the README file saying not to have long extensions. So I unzipped it with a WinZip and threw it and C colon slash just made a folder called Shandalar. Um, and it seems that the game's crashing in Windows 10 if you just double click run.exe. So I actually had to go into a folder inside the Shandalar, which is setup.exe, just to dodge the problem of having the game crash. I tried all sorts of compatibility modes. I tried Windows Vista compatibility mode, Service Pack 1, Service Pack 2, Windows XP compatibility mode, Windows 7 compatibility mode. I tried 8-bit graphics, and the graphics seems to be too weird. It's really is a 16-bit game. So I tried loading up in 256 colors, and 8-bit graphics does not work. Game's very ugly. Try loading up in 16-bit graphics, 65,535 colors. Finally got something done. Like I said, auto run just does not work. So I did setup and double click setup.exe. Now we'll just set up this whole thing and we'll just do this live. Sorry for skipping the part about downloading the torrent and downloading the ISO files. I decided you guys just didn't need to hear that. We already know this game. I've installed this several times on very old machines back when they were... Oh, look. This is the funny part. When you get to these old 90s games, they're like, would you like to install like the bare minimum, like 8 or 10 megabytes, or would you like the full 20 megabyte installation? You gotta worry about your hard drive space. Okay, so the first computer I talked about had 800 meg hard drive. The second computer I talked about in the intro had a 2.2 gigabyte hard drive, which is about 3,000 times smaller than the one I'm using now. I guess we're just going to do custom. Let's browse. Maybe not. I don't know. Is this path too long? The problem with these old files is that they're used to 255 bytes or less in the files. So we'll just call it C:magic. And we'll just... Yeah. Yeah. Oh. This reminds me of the old days of installing, what was it, Caesar 3 on the 2.2 gigabyte computer. Caesar 3 was like 400 megs. Same thing with Pharaoh, so it was taking it like a sixth of the size of the hard drive just trying to download this game. There used to be all these little green and blue bars that used to just very slowly go up. You could be sitting down in your chair for hours installing a game. Now we have like Steam that's able to just like download multiple games automatically. We didn't have that back then. We didn't have air. We had to walk uphill to school both ways. Oh look, it's Kobolds. Christopher Rush, rest in peace. Rick Scott and Pasque. So what do I have to know about Shandalar? Elves of Deep Shadow, that's beautiful. I've played it hundreds of hours on the old computers, and my dad still has a very old computer, just a complete brick of a computer. Beasts of a Garden. Just to have a computer to play Shandalar, just easy peasy, with just a reasonable running speed and a reasonable running. I should really know Headless Horseman. I don't have that card actually. I wish I did. Oh, Banshee, and that was Serpent Generator, I believe. Banshee's Thunder Spirit. I don't have that card either. I only had a few packs of Legends back in the day. It ended up being like 3 mana drains. Oh, that Spinal Villain and Stormseeker. We're good at this game, guys. Mark Poole, that's a great artist. Spinal Villain used to be great. You could just kill a creature. But the card was so overpowered, and then it was forgotten like a month later. Stormseeker could deal damage to your opponent, and it's green, and that's something a card should never do. Deals damage equal number of cards in your opponent's hand. So we're going to have fun playing 4th edition rules. And 4th edition rules, if you didn't know, damage does go on the stack. And there's like a heal phase before the cleanup phase. They didn't combine discard and healing into a single phase back in 4th edition rules. So you'll just go down back in time trying to remember all these really old rules. And if you've never seen 4th edition rules, you're in for a shock. So let's start playing. Oh my gosh, guys, nerdgasm. So we went to the folder /magic and double click Shandalar, and wow, oh, we could play any of these 4 levels. The computer's pretty dumb even at the most difficult settings, so we'll just play Magician just so we can do something. I think we have to be black because of reasons. The highest difficulty setting will give you like a 3 or 4 color deck. At the easiest difficulty setting, they'll give you like a 1 color deck. And look what Shandalar did for us. It created us a face editor. We have to like save this somehow. I really don't care. Maybe I'm orange. Yeah, I'll be orange. All right, we're good people. We're good at this game. I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. We're doing this in real time. Sure. Sure. Enter your name. Mojo Phase 3. Alright, my name's Walloficecream. Does that even fit? That fits? That doesn't make any sense. This game's supposed to be 16-bit. It's supposed to have unlimited 8 characters. Oh my god. Oh, the mouthfeel. The mouthfeel. Let's go get a Mana Link. Let's buy cards. You get a swamp. Oh my god, guys. This is a total nerdgasm. Take out some double green cards. Land Leeches, you suck. Actually, Instill Energy sucks too. We'll play an illegal deck. No, we're not. Oh my god. And... yes. Scared Zombies, yes. If we had money, we would get that. So we're at a limit of 3 cards in our deck. 3 Headless Griggs. Guys, we're gonna lose. Let's see what we got. We got Spirit Shackle. That's weird. Abomination. Yep. Scorpion Money. Earth Graders. We got some damage here. Frozen Shade. Merc Dwellers. It's like a giant cockroach, except worse. This is what the cards were. Nightmare was a boss of a card of 6/6 flying. Plague Rats has no reason being in this deck. We're sticking 40 cards. We can't do anything. We get this terrible 3-mana infect card. We got some Grey Ogres. We have a Scavenging Ghoul. By the way, Mengus, if you're reading this, thanks for signing my Scavenging Ghoul. Vampire Bats is good for damage. Wall of Bone sucks. Zenith Poltergeist, I don't understand. We're gonna go anyway. I'm so happy. The fact that they get like a... this game's 25 years old, guys. It's like as old as Magic. The fact that they get this game working at all, like at all. Okay, so that's broken. That's good to hear. We're gonna no. All right. You happen to pawn up. Sure. So let's right-click save before we get mad at ourselves. But there's no way to undo this once you stop. So if you accidentally have like 2 people playing this game, you can just completely... oh, you have not defeated the White Castle. It's 35 live. Okay, so the Bazaar tells you nice tricks, like if you combine Pestilence with a Wall of Ice, you can deal up to 6 damage, and the Wall of Ice still lives and the Pestilence still lives too. Do you want to buy this? Yes. Why? Why? Yeah. Get this 3-mana Grey... worse than a Grey Ogre out of here. I'd rather be mana flooded than have guys, I don't think there's anything that saves this deck. Let's go down to 2 Animal Mammoth Krugs, I guess. Or is it Zenith Poltergeist that's the worst? Plague Rats is pretty bad. Plague Rats is worse than Pit Scorpion. gosh, I don't know. So what we have here is black green. Oh man, the game's lagging. I have like 25 tabs open up on the internet on my other computer screen. If you don't see this, so my computer's lagging a bit. Yeah, we should just probably just close some tabs right now. Boom. Shoot. Boom. Boom. Yeah, we can close that. Close the. I'll get to the rest. We're done here. Oh my god. So we're down to 20 tabs on the other screen. Wow, okay. It's the map. Magic Tavern, we're going northwest. Let's go, let's go, let's go. There's Magic Tavern right there. It's hidden behind the bush. You happen upon it. Oh, sick. Oh, sick. Oh my god. It's the best one in the entire game. You can buy whatever card you want for gold pieces. You could like buy an entire deck for like 7,000 gold pieces. So we got a mana link. We have 11 health now. We could trade a green ammo for colorless cards. I don't see why. I'd never do these. If we did trade one, he'd give us some basic advice like where our mana link is. Quit here. We'll just say like a save whore because we are. The mouth feels, guys. The mouth feels. We'll just be a good person and just use this 1A, 1B system for just naming save files. It's a good thing to get into. You know, it gives you some chronological order without looking into things. Alright, we'll go into this green pile. Could be a monster. It's just a Venom. Good card. Let's just do a battle, just real quick. Just real quick, guys. Alright, we can duel or can pay 40 gold to run. Let's rumble, Druid. I'm not afraid of you. So, this game plays kind of like the old versions of Magic the Gathering Online. These are the top halves of the opponent's board. This is our board. There's two ways of doing this. One is you can move this whole thing to the middle, just like expert mode. Here's our graveyard. Here's our life total. Here's the heads. Shrewd won the toss and chose to draw first. I told you, these computers are crazy dumb. So we anteed one War Mammoth. It's not in our deck. Jude antes Instill Energy. It's not in her deck. It's deck. Let's start the duel. And let's play swamp. And Vampire Bats. Let's tap some swamps. Oh, look at this. Oh. So we're not even looking at 1994 swamps. We're actually looking at real swamps. Look at the graphics of this. This isn't in the real Shandalar game that Microprose has. This is entirely just updated graphics from the people who modified this game. This is still the original background from Microprose, and this is the original background, and this is the original. All of these colors are back from the old Microprose game. But these high def images of lands, they're still the same. So here's our main phase. Here's untap, upkeep, draw, opening main, attack, ending main, discard, and deal. God, that noise. So casts Nass Asp. Nass Asp has a bug in this game where they will just keep taking 1 damage when you hit with Nass Asp. I don't believe they ever fixed this. I don't see how we could lose. We're at 11. We had a mana leak that increased our life total from 10 to 11. And yeah, the beginning game, she's at 4. We're at the second easiest difficulty, so she gets 2 life. And now she's at 6. So she's under some serious life pressure. And I don't know how she gets out of this. So we'll put Vampire on the stack. So this is how the stack works. Same thing. First in, last out. It's always been in Magic the Gathering. And we have to attack with Earth Raiders, or otherwise they'll just do 2 damage to us if it is an attack. So let's just send it in. At 3. This is the easiest green creature in the game, by the way. We'll just block Asp because reasons. Oh look, it's Giant Growth. That's very mature of you. Did we mention that the computer's pretty dumb? Send in. Beautiful. So whenever a creature dies, ruled by 5 wizards, and each of them has like 10 life that they can lose, and they have a staff with baubles on it, and there's an animation where they just take a hit in the face. One of their 10 baubles turns like red, which means they lose a life, and they usually start with around 30 life, or 35 life, and you could just take like 1 life off that. So if we actually went to the Green Wizard's castle right now, trying to fight the Green Wizard, he'd be at like 34 life instead of 35 because we killed one of his green minions. And we could either take the cards or take the dungeon clue. This leads us to an Ancestral Recall, a Mox Jet, and a Mox Ruby. These pre-4th edition cards exist in dungeons, and they're quite difficult on a higher difficulty levels. We'll just take the cards right now. Guys, I'm close to tears. This game's fantastic. I hope you try this game out. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching the video. Please remember to like and subscribe. And if you want a notification, click the bell icon below. If you really like it, share with your friends. And if you really like it, give Dan Horning money on Patreon. And give me money. I love money. Do all the things. Gas mind run on yourself.